Good morning, beautiful souls, and welcome to class today. Today's class is going to be a flow class to help you glow. We're also going to work our core area because we can't neglect that area, which helps with all our actions when we're outside of the class too. So let's begin the class. We're just getting rid of any tensions we may be holding on to in our neck and shoulder area. Before we begin, let's get grounded. So sitting cross-legged, cross your eyes. Lean back very slightly and drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Tuck your chin in slightly. Your spine is nice and long. Your crown is reaching up to the ceiling. Take a nice big exhale and a nice big inhale. And let's take a nice big exhale out of the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Give yourself permission to make some noise here. Don't be shy. And just by making that little bit of noise, you just feel so relaxed, and you can almost feel the tension, anything you may be holding on to, just releasing with that breath. Beautiful. Let's take our gaze down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Back to the center. Turn to the left. Turn to the right. Turn to the left. Turn to the right. Tiny circles. Half circles. Remember, stay connected to that breath, your life force. Your breath will help you stay in the present moment and guide you as to how far to go or how to back off a little bit. Back to center. Take one hand, place it on your head, near your ear. Take the other hand, wrap it around your waist, palm facing away from you, and then just slightly tilt your neck over to the opposite side. Take your gaze down very slightly and breathe. And let's do the other side. Beautiful. Place your hands on your shoulders, elbows together. Exhale down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift up. Other way. Try to inhale as the elbows come up. Exhale as the elbows come down. Inhale. Expanding your lungs. Exhaling. Emptying them out. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Bring the hands up. Grab hold of the elbows. Bring those elbows over to one side. Buttocks both on the mat. And change. And again. Hands up, opposite hand. On opposite knee, inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lift up. Change sides. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Beautiful. Let's come and lie down on the mat. Lying down on the mat, hugging the knees in. Circling, massaging your lower back. Change sides. And really honor these slower movements when we're beginning to warm up our bodies. Get centered onto the mat with our breath. Extend one leg, hug one knee in, pull it in a little bit more into your armpit. Circle your foot one way. Circle your foot the other way. This preparation helps us to come into the present moment. Get us tuned into our bodies, how it feels, before we start adding a bit more movement. It's just this time we create to connect with our breath, let go of our thoughts as much as possible, and coming to our bodies. Beautiful. Feet hip distance apart, hands beside your hips, and then we're going to tuck the tailbone under, lift up one vertebra at a time and hold it there. Now the front of the hips can get tight if we're sitting in a chair all day, working from home. So we really want to lift those hips up and create some space in the front of the thigh. And tight hips can affect us so much, especially when we're sitting all day in the car, on the chair. We want to really create space there. And then gently roll down. Let's do that again. Inhaling, rolling up. Interlock the fingers underneath. Open up the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. And then gently release. One more time. Inhale, rolling up. Change thumb grip so the other thumb comes on top. Have a feel of your feet. Where's the weight? Try to make equal distribution, not rolling over to your little toe or your big toe. Feel the ground beneath your feet. And then gently release. Beautiful. We're going to roll up, squeeze the glutes, and roll back down. Up, squeeze the glutes, and roll back down. Up, squeeze the glutes, and roll back down. Now, if you've got a weight and you want to add a bit of resistance, pop the weight on your hips, lifting up and down. That's it. Up and down. Up and down. And add that squeeze at the top and down. Controlling it up, controlling it down. If you haven't got the weight and you want to bring your hands up, do that. Or have your hands down. Whatever suits you. You're familiar with this movement now, so you're able to modify it according to how much you want to challenge yourself today. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Pulse, 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 pulse. Pulsing, 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 pulsing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold it there. Come up onto your toes, lifting those heels up, dropping it down and back up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold. Pulse, pulse, pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up.
Drop the heels down, lift them up. Drop them down, lift them up, working the intricate little joints and muscles in our feet. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then gently release. Well done. Good job, guys. Breathing in and breathing out. So when we're opening our mouth, we're doing a lion's breath. So anytime you need to bring yourself back and you need to create more energy, you do a nice big okay? So I'm bringing the weight back on. I want to challenge myself today. So feet together, soles of your feet together if you can. The outer edge is touching the mat. Hands beside the hips, squeezing up and down. So this is working the outer glute muscles, yeah? Squeeze up and down. Don't forget to breathe. The breath will help you. As soon as you stop breathing, it gets hard. Squeeze. 10. Squeeze up. 9. Add that squeeze. Pause at the top. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Pulse, pulse, pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then gently release. And hug those knees in. Beautiful. Let's roll over to the side. You're on the side and your knee is on top of the knee, hip is on top of the hip. You can lie down on your mat, on your bicep. So have a look. Knees are bent. The knees are in line. I haven't got one knee back. They're both in line. Hip is on top of the hip. Top hand facing, just resting in front. Abs pulled in. Lifting up and down. Up and down. Up and down. So you're feeling that little squeeze in that glute muscle, yeah? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, abs pulled in, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's lift the knee and the foot this time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 more. 10, 9. Breathe through. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now come up onto your elbow. Elbow underneath your shoulder. Knee on knee, hip on hip, lifting up. So make your adjustments, lifting up, squeezing. So squeezing, squeezing. 10, 9, 8, 7. Abs pulled in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down on your elbows. We're going into the plank. Abs pulled in. Suck it in. Tuck the ribs in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just rest it out. You're doing so well. When I look down there, I'm just checking my microphone's working. So excuse me for having a little peek. Let's do the other side. Lying down on the mat. Knee on top of knee, hip on top of hip. Stay with me. Abs pulled in. Open, close. Open, close. For 10, 9, breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7. You're doing so well. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Abs pulled in. Lifting the knee and the foot for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, starting to feel that. Okay, elbow underneath your shoulder. Knees in line. I'm in a nice straight line. I'm lifting up. Opening and closing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do our last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And onto your elbows. In our plank, and again we can hover forward and back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's come into child's pose. We're going to lie down on our backs. We're going to work our abs. So hands behind your head, elbows back, space between your chin and your chest, okay? And remember, we're moving from the sternum muscle. So we're not moving from the head, moving from the sternum muscle. Inhale, exhale, lift. And down. Up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 more if you like. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hug those knees in. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. We're going to have one leg in front and one leg up. And we're going to add these. Okay, now if you want to make it harder and challenge yourself, you lift up that bottom leg off the mat, okay? Inhale. Exhale. Get grounded. Get focused. Inhale, exhale, lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap it over. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hug those knees in. We're going to come up. Hands just behind the buttocks. Fingers facing the buttocks. Toes up. Lift those feet up, and we're going to extend and curl. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Let's come into child's pose. Well done. Lion's breath. Surrender your forehead on the mat. Even rock from side to side, massaging your forehead. Breathing in and breathing out. Connecting to your breath, inhaling. Beautiful. Coming up. Melting our heart down. Melting our hearts. And again. Keep your forearms on the mat. So your hands are shoulder width apart, elbows are shoulder width apart. Your knees are underneath your hips. Tuck the toes under. I'm just going to lift up. Feet can be hip distance apart. Take the shoulders away from your ears. Bring your feet together and twisting from side to side. And then again, just stretching it out. And then gently bring the knees down and in child's pose. Coming back up onto all fours. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Neutralize your spine, shoulder to hip. And change it. Stay connected to your breath. Tucking the toes. Lifting up into downward facing dog, walking out. Come up onto your toes and then bring the heels down. Onto your toes and bring the heels down. Lean forward onto your hands. Bend the knees and back into dog. High plank. Bend the knees. Downward facing dog. High plank. Bend the knees. Downward facing dog. Creating length in your spine. Lean forward onto your hands. Step your right foot forward. Left foot forward. Hang there like a rag doll. Grab hold of your elbows. Let your head hang completely loose. Imagine any thoughts that aren't serving you. Let them come out of the crown of your head. Drop onto the mat and roll away. Gently release those elbows. Pull the belly button in and roll up one vertebra at a time. Beautiful. Standing nice and tall. Ground your feet on the mat. Inhale, lift up your arms. Stand tall and strong like a mountain. Grounded onto your mat. Breathing. Bring the palms together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lift and lean back. Exhale, forward bend. Tuck in the neck. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, tuck in the neck. Bend the knee. Right leg back. And just hold it here. Rotating one way. Rotating the other way. Left leg back. Now you're in the high plank. Hold it here. Lean slightly forward. Come into your tricep push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lean forward onto your hands. Tricep push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up your right leg. Bend the knee. Open up your hip. Circle. Other way. Lift that leg. Lean forward. Step it forward. Lift your hands up. Grab hold of the left wrist. Bring your body over to the right. Change sides. With the back foot. Warrior. Sink down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Shoulders back. Lengthen your spine. Reach, reach, reach. Triangle. Rotate your chest to the ceiling. Bend the knee. Bring the hand over your ear. Feel the stretch on one side of the body. Coming down onto forward bend. Lean forward onto your toes. Take your tailbone up to the ceiling. Melt your head down. Just try to keep your gaze in between your hands if possible. Right hand to the middle of the mat. Inhale, lift up the left. Change sides. Take your hands to the back of the mat. Frame the foot. High plank. Tricep push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lean forward onto your hands. Step your left foot forward. Inhale, lift up the arms. Grab hold of the right wrist. Lean over to the left. Stay connected to your breath. Change sides. Maybe the back foot 45 degrees. Lunge it down. Lift it up. Lunge it down. Lift it up. Lunge it down. Lift it up. Shoulders back. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, reach, reach, reach. Coming down. Triangle. Bend the knee. Hand over the ear. Coming down. Feet to the front. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come down. Lean forward onto your toes. Beautiful lion's breath. Take your right hand to the outside edge of your left ankle. Inhale, lift up the left hand. Change sides. Left hand, right ankle. Take your hands in front of the mat. Frame the foot. High plank. Hold for breaths. Slowly come into your tricep push-up. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Upward facing dog. Take the shoulders away from your ears. Roll them back. Downward facing dog. Opening your mouth. Letting go with your big and walk your hands to your feet. Pull your belly button in and roll up one vertebra at a time. Come into the middle of the mat. Shoulders back. Open your eyes. Find one point of focus in front of you. Abs pulled in. Lean over onto your left leg. Pick up your right. Press the heel into your inside thigh of the left leg. Hands to prayer. Push those hands down together. Inhale, lift up. Hands open. Open your branches. Hands together. Bring the hands down. Release that leg. Keep your gaze on that one spot in front of you. Stay grounded. Lean over onto your right leg. Pick up your left. Hands together. Lift them up. Arms are in line with your ears. Lengthen your spine. Abs pulled in. Open your branches. Let them blossom. Palms together. Hands back to prayer. Have your feet hip distance apart. And then slowly coming into a squat. Hands inside the knees. Surrender. Slowly coming to sitting. Let's lie down on the mat. Well done, guys. Lying down on the mat. Hugging those knees in. Rotating one way. Rotating the other way. Extend one leg. Interlock the fingers. Hug those knees in to your armpit. Rotate the foot one way. Beautiful breath. Knee over your body. Turn your head away. And if you want to, you can lift up that arm over your head. Change sides. Hugging that knee, pulling it into your armpit. Rotate your foot one way. Rotate your foot the other way. Bring your knee over your body. Hand up and breathe. Feet as wide as the mat. Drop your knees to one side. Take one foot, pop it on top of the knee. Push the knee down. Have the hands up. What a beautiful way to start the day. Change sides. Well done, beautiful souls. If you're doing it in the evening, what a beautiful way to end the day. This has kind of turned into a bit of a grounding class too. And then just gently allow yourself to surrender on the mat. Feet are flopped open. Hands are either on your belly or beside your hips. Let's take a couple of deep grounding breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. And just stay here in this magic you've created within your body, within your mind, within your spirit. And just focus on your breath. Focusing on your breath. Take your breath, take your attention to your toes. You're relaxing your toes, you're relaxing your toes. Take your breath, take your attention to your ankles. You're relaxing your ankles, you're relaxing your ankles. Relax your calves, relax your calves.
You're relaxing your knees, you're relaxing your knees. Your thighs are relaxed, your thighs are relaxed. Your hips are relaxed, your hips are relaxed. Big breath into your belly. Big breath into your lower back. Big breath into your chest. Upper back. Shoulders. Back of your neck. You're relaxing your jaw, your tongue, your lips, all relaxed. Cheek muscles are relaxed. Forehead relaxed. Your whole body is nice and relaxed. And just stay here with your breath. And then just deeply take a couple of deep breaths. Gently wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers, turning your head left or right. Think of 3 things that you are grateful for today. Inhale each one of those things into your body. Exhale gratitude out into the universe. And whenever you're ready, in your own time, you can gently wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, turn your head left to right, bending over to your preferred side of resting. And in your own precious time, come up, back into your body, back into your mind, back into your mat. I thank you for your time and allowing me into your space. I appreciate you and I look forward to seeing you next time.